It's probably reasonable sentence overall.
But first, the Harrisburg woman originally accused of stealing Nancy Pelosi's laptop, sentenced to 3 years in prison. As her attorney says, this marks the first step on the road to a new life. Thanks for joining us at 5 o'clock. I'm Jasmine Brooks. Joel D is on assignment. He'll be back later. The sentence handed down to Riley Williams today by a federal judge in Washington, D.C. CBS 21's Michael Gorsinger is in the nation's capital, where the 24-year-old will now begin serving time for her part in one of America's darkest days.
A 26-month ordeal finally coming to a close in D.C. federal court. Riley Williams sentenced to 3 years in prison. The most notable count, the fact that she stole Nancy Pelosi's laptop, not one of the 6 counts she was convicted of. This day marking the beginning of the future for Riley Williams.
Dude, put on gloves!
Chaos and mayhem marking the events inside of the United States Capitol on January 6, 2021. Now, one of the most well-known defendants, Riley Williams, set to spend 3 years in prison.
She is relieved it's over and is so ready to move on with her life, yes. It's been a long 2 years.
A long 2 years first preceded by a long 90 minutes inside of the Capitol during the riots. A jury finding the 24-year-old Harrisburg native guilty on 6 counts. However, a judge determining there was not enough evidence to convict her of stealing Nancy Pelosi's laptop.
She did not take the computer, okay? And that's really why she became so infamous.
Still today, federal judge Amy Berman Jackson saying Williams, quote, poured fuel on the fire, helping to incite the crowds in the Capitol, including in Speaker Pelosi's office.
I'm happy she can put it behind her, is my first reaction.
Prosecutors pushing for a heftier sentence, calling for Williams to spend 87 months in prison. During the hearing today, attorney Sam Dahlk judging the insurrection to be, quote, the blackest hour on one of the darkest days in history. Riley Williams' role in that dark hour in Dahlk's mind, quote, everywhere she went, every minute inside the Capitol, she dialed up mayhem. The defense now has 14 days to decide if they will appeal the judge's decision. As for Riley Williams, over the next few weeks, she will be transferred out of Alexandria County Jail into the federal prison system. Her attorney requesting that she does her time in Danbury, Connecticut, close to family, as well as programming that can help turn her life around. In Washington, D.C., Michael Gorsinger, CBS 21 News.
Michael, thank you. So according to the Department of Justice, Riley Williams is one of 420 people who've received sentences for criminal activity that day. She is one of 54 who have been found guilty at contested trials. More than 1,000 defendants have been arrested for their connection in nearly all 50 states and D.C. Over 500 people have pleaded guilty to a variety of federal charges. 326 defendants have been charged for assaulting, resisting, or impeding officers or employees.